This is our 17th Property Portal Watch conference. We started back in February 2009. We've covered everything from New York to San Francisco, Barcelona, Amsterdam, now in Bangkok. We've got about 30 different speakers covering a range of topics, from what portals are doing around consumer marketing right through how the whole industry is changing. The property portal industry has changed quite dramatically. If you go back to 2001, 2, 3, it was a very simple industry. The portals went to advertisers, developers and agents, secured listings, promoted them to an audience and drove leads back to them. And it was a very nice, simple ecosystem that worked. And it worked on a country by country basis. Now the world has changed. We actually have a multi-billion-dollar industry. Today we have businesses that purely exist to work with portals. Companies like Matula and Trovit who are providing traffic, companies like Diacreate and Floor Planner who are providing floor plans to the industry. It is an amazing industry that keeps growing year on year on year. So business models are evolving in the property portal industry. Historically, it was a very simple media-based model. Advertisers pay to list, portals drive traffic, everyone is happy. And the portals basically replace the newspaper in the ecosystem. However, like Uber has changed the taxi industry, or Airbnb has changed the hotel industry, portals have the capacity to change the real estate industry. They move from being purely a media play to, over time, we're now starting to see them get involved in transactions. For example, we've heard at this conference, we're seeing this happen more and more and more around the world, where portals are playing a more fundamental role in the real estate transaction, primarily for new developments, but with the potential to move into established home sales. That is the future of the market. One of the historic fears of the industry has been that portals will replace real estate agents over time. It's an interesting question because the reality is there is a strong potential for it to occur. The potential is when you look at a portal today, it knows a lot about the advertiser and not about the listings, but it really doesn't know much about the consumer, the person visiting the site. As portals develop more and more information on the people visiting the site, they are able to actually match the buyer and the seller with a greater potential for transactions to occur. I believe today that portals around the world, especially in emerging markets, are starting to play the role of the project marketer and really help match new developments with buyers. However, I think new businesses like Easy Property and Purple Bricks in the United Kingdom are starting to think about how they get to the established home market and provide a more efficient, lower cost way of selling and transacting in houses. This will fundamentally affect real estate agency as it exists today. Portals today are a media-based business, no different to a newspaper. Get the listings, publish the listings, and promote it to a big audience. It's a law of big numbers. I'm a portal with 5 million, 10 million, 20 million visits a month. The more visits you have, the more chance someone has of seeing the listing, the more chance they have of driving a lead to the advertiser. You have to get to know your visitor. You have to categorize your visitor. Is your visitor a buyer, a seller, a renter, a landlord? Is he after a new development? Does he have much money? Does he not have much money? Where is he in the life cycle process of buying and selling a property? And once you have that data, once you have that information, you're able to better match the person trying to sell the property with the person trying to buy the property or the person trying to rent the property. And once you have that perfect match, you go from being a media business to a transaction-based business. And that is the future.